someone that likes uplifting. That had to be at least part of your personality. But did you experience some trauma that led to this? I know everything that I do as a comedian or as a personal trainer, big into fitness, big into entertainment, I can always look back and see like some trauma in my life that goes, oh, that's probably why I like doing some of the things that I do. What leads you to be like, you know what, life and mindset coach, I think I can help people?
So back, I want to say it was 2014. I was actually a competitive bodybuilder, which is something that you knew about me. I competed for about 3.5 years. And
yeah, not only that, but I do my research. You won 3rd place.
In my very first
show,
I
look correctly, in your very first show at the NPC Nationals. That was 2014?
Yes, 2014.
Woo! Look at that. I did my research.
I love it. Yeah, so when I was competing, there was a girl who was she was like a world champion fitness competitor. Her name is Lori Harder, and she was transitioning at that time out of fitness and into kind of like self-development. And I was on her email list, and I got this email. I remember it was a 3-part video series, and she was just like speaking life into the potential of her audience. And I felt like she was talking directly to me. And I remember I got off of the phone after watching all 3 videos. They were only like 10 minutes each. And I called the guy that I was seeing at the time, and I was like, I know what I want to be when I grow up. And mind you, I was like 24 or 25 at the time. So I was already kind of like grown, like already past this point of like going to school. And I was like, I want to be Lori Harder when I grow up. Like, I want to speak life into people. And it's funny that you ask, like, what is the trauma that led to this? Hindsight being 2020, I can now say, yes, my trauma led me to this work and led me to my ability to hold space for people. But I actually didn't come to terms with the trauma that I had experienced until I was about 29 going on 30. So I had already like had it in my mind that I was going to do this. And I think the why kind of unfolded or revealed itself to me when I was ready to process the trauma, when I was ready to handle it and deal with it. I dealt with sexual assault as a child and rape as a teenager. So there was a lot of sexual trauma that I had to overcome. And because of that, I was in this position of feeling like I wasn't worth anything, but my body was. And when you have no sense of self-worth and your self-esteem is so low that you're like, people will only love me if I give them my body or if I use my looks to my advantage, whatever that is. And I think that's one of the reasons I ended up falling into competing, because I had this glorification and admiration from the people that surrounded me about the way that I looked. Like, oh, you got so lean. You look amazing. And I was like, perfect, because to me, at the time, I was thinking my body is the only thing that I have to offer this world, because that's what this trauma had given me or made me believe, which I know now is like complete fucking bullshit. Like, the way that I look is the least awesome, least resonant thing about me. Like, there's so much more that I have to offer the world than my looks or my body. And that's kind of how I just fell into this.